Boom! Good evening, everybody. We almost did not go live tonight because I had about 30 seconds to go, and I realised that my live Facebook credentials, so you can broadcast live on Facebook, had actually expired. And it looked like this wasn't going to happen, so I'm very glad that it has. Huge shout out to those people who are watching us live tonight, and a massive shout out, as always, to those people who are listening on iTunes or Spotify or Stitcher or SoundCloud or wherever you are listening on the Act on This TV audio experience. If you don't know that I put that podcast out for free every week, and you are watching live but you want to catch up on previous lives, you can just search for Act on This TV, all one word, on iTunes, on Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcasts from, and you should be able to find the Act on This TV audio experience. I rip the audio from all of these live broadcasts and I put it out every single week for free for people to catch up on. That's nothing to do with the premium podcasts and the webinars that we do for members of actonthis.tv. It's just a freebie that I put out for everyone, so get involved with that if you want to, if you're here live and you want to catch up, or if you are listening on the catch up, then shout out to you. If you're watching on the catch up on YouTube, shout out to you as well. So we've got loads to talk about tonight, guys. Shout out to everybody on Facebook that I just said hello to. Kerry Ann's here as well, Brendan's here, Julie's here, Andrew, Sharon's now here, Amanda's here, Rich from America's in the house, Joe's here. Belated happy birthday. Thank you, Joe. It's up to me because it was my birthday on the 9th. Maybe I've just hijacked that and that was to somebody else in the chat. But yeah, I am 38 now. I can't believe it. Where's the year gone? And we're almost in October, so the rest of this year is going to almost... it's going to fly by, innit? It's almost over. 2020, it's a year many people want to see the back of. But for me, and what I want to talk about tonight is I'm like, look, there is still time left in 2020 to make some good stuff happen in your life and in your acting career. And I had a conversation this week with somebody who I'm going to be hosting on a live member-only mastermind tomorrow night. I'm going to play you a trailer for that, by the way, later, but about my own career and about what I can still do within 2020 to, make it a decent year, because a lot of our industry has obviously been on hold this year. There's a lot of people stood down. There's a lot of theatres that are still not open. TV is going. It's happening. More and more is happening. I saw Sophie Holland. I think it was Sophie Holland tweet. Sophie Holland's a casting director, for those who don't know. She casts things like The Witcher. Massive casting director. Did Sophie, or was it someone else that I'm thinking of? Someone around Sophie's level, anyway, tweet about having an in-person casting. I'm sure it was Sophie, or maybe it was... I can't remember. It was somebody today, though, and we're seeing not just Zoom castings happening and that sort of stuff and self-tapes, but we are seeing, some in-person... castings happening now as well. Let me know if you can find out who that was on Twitter. It'll do my head in that. I had it in my head that it was Sophie Holland, but now I'm thinking it might not be. But yeah, so TV is happening. But obviously, for a lot of the year, not a lot has been happening. Okay, so there's still time to save it. And I was having a chat with this guy who I'll introduce you to in a minute, because I'm going to play a trailer for tomorrow night's member-only webinar that we do every week on actonthis.tv. And I was like, look, I feel, and I felt for a while, and I'm a big believer and preacher in this, but I should be making my own stuff now. I know I create a lot of content online and I put all of these broadcasts out, and I do the webinars every single week for you guys. I create a lot of content online, but there's certain things and stories and life experiences in my head that I know would make fantastic scripts, particularly comedies, because my whole life is a joke. And I should be writing these things, right? And I know there's lots of people watching now or listening now who have had that same thought before. But for whatever reason, and you might be thinking it's a practical reason, like you don't have time to write the script, you don't have the software to write the script, you don't know how to lay out a script, you're not a writer, you're not this, you're not that, whatever. Ultimately, it comes down to courage, doesn't it? Tony Robbins said, life, and I love this quote, and I'm going to paraphrase it and probably butcher it now, but he said something like, look, life is the dance between where you want to be and what you're afraid of. And that's, I think it's just a brilliant metaphor, isn't it? Because we know there are things that we want in our lives and our acting careers, and there are ways to get them, and sometimes we're just afraid to walk that path for whatever reason. And I had a chat with this gentleman now, and I'll show you the trailer in a minute, who has done this very thing, has created his own shows, put them out there, has faced a shit ton of rejection, but now he's facing acceptance, and people like ITV, like Sky, are commissioning this guy's stuff. And I was like, look, there's definitely stories in me that I have been waiting to tell, but I've been waiting to tell them by being in other people's versions of those stories. There's the story particularly around my eye condition, and like, the 2 times where my acting career could have blown up was, the 2 biggest projects I've ever auditioned for or screen tested for were to do with this eye condition, playing a visually impaired character. And I'm like, I didn't get either of them. Both times I came down to the last 2. I screen tested and I lost out to one other person on both occasions. I'm like, I need to tell that story now. And it just feels like all the shit that we've had in 2020 and how everything's kind of like, feels like it's out of our control. For me, I just feel that now there's probably never been a better time or a more important time, because it's almost like everything has just been reset to actually start producing your own content now, writing your own stories now, and getting that 5 seconds of courage that you need ultimately to dance that dance between, the thing you want and the fear that you're feeling. So who else is in that kind of boat? I just want to throw it over to you guys tonight and go, what is it that you you are, I don't know, thinking of creating or have thought of creating for years, and you just haven't done it? Because maybe we should get like a bit of an accountability group going with a few of us going, right, are we going to do it or what? Because I am fallible for this as well. I'm all about action, and I take massive action every single day in my life. Like, I would not be able to run this community and put out the content that I put out if I didn't take action every day. But even I am sometimes like, well, I'm just human, aren't I? So I'm completely fallible of all of the things that, I talk about. And sometimes I sort of come up with practical reasons why now isn't the right time. And so the thing I talked about last week, remember last week on Monday night, I said there's a personal challenge I was facing where I had to look on the bright side. A lot of people on here now know what that was. So I found a dodgy mole, that looked dodgy anyway, on my stomach. I thought that isn't quite right. I took a photograph of it, sent it to my GP, hoping, you know what it's like, you're like, oh, it's going to be fine. I'll just send this out. GP will go, no, mate, not a problem. Don't worry about it. GP phones me 60 minutes later. Hi, yeah, right, no, that doesn't look right. We definitely need to check that isn't cancer. And I'm like, oh, no, it's going to be fine, not a problem. And then I get a letter through the next day, again, 24 hours later. And this was the actual sobering thing. This was the part where I thought, shit, this was on the Tuesday, right? I spoke to you guys on the Monday night, thinking everything's going to be fine. Being practically optimistic is what I preach a lot of, not like delusional, but practically optimistic. And then I got these blood test sheets back on the Tuesday, and it said 2WW derma, and I thought that's a code for something. I'm going to look that up online, and I typed in 2WW derma hospital, and it came up suspected skin cancer, and I thought, fuck. Right, like they're really taking this kind of seriously. This was not on my agenda. Then I became obsessed, as you do, and I just went down a rabbit hole on Google for 48 hours, reading about every single thing. I probably looked at 1,000 melanomas. I convinced myself, thankfully, that although mine looked weird, it wasn't bad. And then the hospital must have been worried about it, though, because I was like fast-tracked in on the Thursday. I only reported this on the Monday. And I jumped on the operating table Thursday morning, and they cut it out of me. And now it is gone. Praise the Lord. I'm still waiting for the. I nearly said autopsy. Then that's not. God, I don't want an autopsy. What was it called? The I don't know what they're called. Like a biopsy thing, like the test results, the histology. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. Touch wood, it's all going to be good. But what it's done for me is that really didn't happen. I've got to look at that as not happening to me. That really happened for me, right? And I can't tell you the level of gratitude I felt walking out the hospital with my stomach full of stitches, in pain, but going, oh my God, whatever that was is now gone. Hopefully it wasn't anything anyway, but if it would have turned into something, at least now it can't. And that has made me realize again, one life. I tell you what, I couldn't have given a shit about anything I was afraid of in the acting industry when I was sat in that waiting area waiting to go and be examined, and that, the consultant's about to put the magnifying glass on me to tell me whether this is all right or not. There's not a casting director in the universe I was afraid of. There is not, an audition in the universe that I would have been afraid of fucking up. Like, just not, I can't tell you the level of fear when it's on a literally like this could really actually cut my life short. It's nothing like the anxiety you feel walking into an audition or a high stress environment where you are, going to be judged, or you have to prove a skill or your worth or whatever. I can't tell you like the difference that it is on, like the different level that it's on, and all you can think about is all of the things you were worried about yesterday and all of the things that were pissing you off and annoying you, or the things you're afraid of, and you just think to yourself, oh my God, if I could just have those and not this, why was I not like cartwheeling through life? Why was I even complaining about those things? Why wasn't I getting up every morning and kissing those problems on the face? Because like they're nothing. They are just nothing. So that again has made me go, one life. Tell your story. The things that's in your head that you want to put out there and you want to turn into scripts and hopefully put on the telly, from a selfless and selfish perspective, I want to entertain people. Yeah, but you know what? I want my own stuff on TV. I want to create my own stuff. I love creating stuff. It's both selfish and selfless. I want to do that. So like, I hope you don't need a cancer scare in your life to actually make you go, you know what, I'm going to do it now. So we do have, what we got, October, November, we got 3 months of the year left. What have you got in you that you need to get out? Story-wise, sounds weird. Basically, script-wise, story-wise, song-wise, whatever it is for you. Everyone on here, I'm guessing, if you're watching, is a creative. So what is it that you are hiding from the world that you should be putting out there? Brendan's saying, silly man, Google, tut. Brendan, I couldn't help it, mate. I'm like such a control freak. I just needed to know. And in a way, it put my mind at rest. In a way, it made me just go worse. But I like to understand it. Even if it's bad, I still like to understand it, because then I feel like I can maybe influence it in a way. But this, I couldn't. I just needed somebody to literally take a scalpel to my stomach. And I tell you what, it is the weirdest sensation when you are seeing someone, because I said I want to watch, and they were like, no, you'll probably faint. If you faint, don't watch. I said, I don't think I've ever fainted. I was like, I don't think I will. I want to watch it. And obviously they numb your stomach up completely, like when you're at the dentist and you can't feel your gums. But to see a man literally stabbing you, and it's not just like a little bit, like it's cutting you like deep into your stomach, and it doesn't hurt at all. You don't feel a thing. And then he's lifting, I won't talk about it, but he's lifting a bit of the flesh up with some tweezers and then hacking away underneath it. And then they've got to burn it all and seal it all up like you're a piece of steak. That's a very bizarre experience, but the level of gratitude you feel, because I could never have done that on my own. I needed help. And also, it's a metaphor, you know what, for life. I don't think there's ever, sometimes people are a bit ashamed or a bit fearful of sharing vulnerabilities. I think a lot of it is because they don't, they don't want to ask for help, or they look at needing help or needing help coping as like a weakness or something like that. I promise you, if you're feeling a bit of shit right now, or someone you know is or whatever, I know a lot of successful people. I mean, like on paper, what you would class as like your ultimate career. People who've made millions of pounds out of the acting industry, have won Academy Awards, BAFTAs, all this kind of stuff. And I promise you, not a single one of them, and I'm thinking about the most successful one, I won't name any names, but probably the most successful person that I know in our industry, multiple occasions in their life have needed help coping. I mean, and because they're just human. And we all do. I've needed it, you've needed it. And that's what this community is here for. Yes, for the acting stuff, but also just for life. You know what? We've got an incredibly supportive community in the actonthis.tv community. Over on the main website, the like members community we've got over there as well. Incredibly tight. Those people going through the First TV Role Fast Track course with me right now, ridiculously tight community. So it's not just about supporting you, through your acting career. It's about supporting you through life. So if you do need any kind of help or support, Ollie, I don't know if Ollie's on here. Ollie put a really vulnerable tweet out on Twitter. Obviously, it's a tweet on Twitter, saying yesterday was a really, Ollie's a fantastic actor, but yesterday was a really tough day for him because Ollie's dad unfortunately passed away. I think on his sister's 18th birthday. Ollie was 15. And then unfortunately his sister took her own life on her 26, when she was 26. And Ollie had found her and had to try and resuscitate her. And unfortunately it was too late. And you just go, fuck, like, I don't know what that must feel like, you know? But if Ollie keeps that to himself and doesn't ever mention it, then what a burden to carry on your shoulders on your own. And you just need some help sometimes sharing the issues that you're facing in your life, in your acting career, just, you know, the whole shebang. So if you are in this community, or you're listening to this right now, or you watch it on the replay, or you've just stumbled across it on YouTube completely by accident, and you need some support, come and join the community. Like, that's exactly what we're all here for. Because you can't, you know, as much as I'm a massive control freak, that was a perfect example of where I'm like, I can't do this on my own. I could not save myself from that problem. I needed literally a person way more clever than me in the medical field to take a knife, cut me open, cut a piece of me out, stitch me back together, and send me on my way. And it's amazing. It honestly, like, I just wanted to kiss this man's face. Dr. Hunter, his name was, which was ironic because I played a doctor called Dr. Hunter in Emmerdale, and this was the real Dr. Hunter. Yeah, like, I just love it. I just love humans. Just love human beings who, you know, like, I don't know, just want to do a job that he doesn't know the impact he's had on me at my very core, my very existence. Because he did that for me, the way I can then show up in the world for other people is on a completely different level. Like, you know, I was still with you guys last week, but that was in the back of my head last Monday. And I was optimistic because I hadn't done Googling at that point. But had I done this broadcast on the Tuesday night, I'd have been a different person. I'd have been pretty much, I'd have been much more inside my shell, I think. Much more subdued. Jack says, hey Ross, this is a great topic for me right now as I'm in pre-production for my first short film that I wrote and I've invested in, and it's going from strength to strength. Even just cast quite a big name, nice, to co-star. First time I've dived into my own project, and it won't be the last. Jack, man, I just think it's absolutely, you've done the right thing, mate. You've done the right thing. I'm going to play a video. So you guys will know, we've had Rachel Shenton on ActsOnThis.tv quite a few times. I've known Rachel many years. I had a similar conversation with Rachel probably in 2014, where she came to me and was like, look, you know what, like, I'm getting no work. We worked together to get her a job in America. That all went fine. She did 3 seasons of a show out in the States, but that wasn't being shown in the UK. So when she came back to the UK, it was still hard to get through the door for stuff because people hadn't seen that show. Even though she had great rep as well. Like, this is just the way the industry goes sometimes. And we had a chat, and she was still over in America at the time. And she was like, look, I've got this story. I think I need to tell it. And I was like, you absolutely need to tell it because it's going to give you a focus. It's going to give you, you know, a purpose to get up every day, to go to work, to do stuff. And you're in control of it. You're not waiting for the phone to ring or your agent to call or whatever. You feel like, you know, you can take some of that control back. Cut a long story short, she, you know, would send me pages of the script. It got to the point where the script was ready and then she had to crowdfund it. She was being told by everybody not to crowdfund it because it was going to be embarrassing if she didn't raise any money, and people had crowdfunded stuff before and only their mum and dad had donated and they had £250 out of their £10,000 target, and it was all, you know, nonsense. Again, just people just like, you know, fearful of what other people think of them. It's bullshit. You're never going to do anything if you're fearful of criticism or what someone else is going to think of you. Rachel didn't listen to that advice, went and raised £13,000, I think, of the £10,000 target, went on to make this little film called The Silent Child that became a very big deal. And I'm going to play you a clip. Rachel came to visit me in Media City when I was shooting an episode of my vlog at one point, and I was like, come and just talk to us a little bit about the result that you got from that film. And here's just a 1-minute clip that we shot. This was back when I used to do the vlog. I want to start doing this again. Let me know if you'd watch it if I start. Basically, it sounds a bit egotistical, but I had Petch follow me around with the camera, behind the scenes of my acting career, voiceover career, everything, and we just shot behind the scenes of everything. A bit like a reality show, just to show you guys what I was doing, and hopefully it would help. But here's just 1 minute, and you will see on the table, it's quite spectacular, you will see on the table the result of ultimately Rachel creating her own piece of work for the first time. Jack, I hope you get this kind of result, mate. But, I mean, I think it's pretty rare, but it would be spectacular. But check it out.
Whether this would have been the outcome or not, that doesn't matter. it was actually having the courage and the conviction to go on and crowdfund and make the movie and make all those really difficult decisions. So actually, the outcome doesn't matter.
There's only one rule when it comes to success. There's only one rule to getting everything you've ever wanted. And here it is.
Everybody needs just 5 seconds of courage in life to start to do something. Mel Robbins in the 5-second rule says, look, you have 5 seconds between having an idea to do something and actually getting up and taking action on it before your brain kills it. So when you have an idea, it's like, you know what, I've got to get some momentum. You just need that 5 seconds of courage to go, I'm going to start now. So I think that courage for me in terms of success is like the building block of everything. And it's the thing that, you know, we all need to focus on and just cultivate a little bit more of if we ever want anything, you know, decent in life.
It's not about the end result as to whether you win or lose. It's about the whole process and having the courage to do each step, I think.
Shucks, folks, I'm speechless.
Boom! It's a little bit of editing there. Petch put in the courageous lion from the Wizard of Oz in the end there. It takes 5 seconds of courage, guys, to change your life. I remember specifically the FaceTime conversation that I had with Rach when she decided to take the first steps to write that script, and she won an Academy Award for it. Those listening on the audio experience, you won't have seen, but on the table in front of me and Rachel as we were filming that piece of vlog there was an Oscar, which weighs a freaking ton. I cannot tell you how heavy Oscars are. It's absolutely mental. You could literally do bicep curls with it. But it just shows you when you don't listen to that voice in your head, because Mel Robbins, you saw a clip from Mel Robbins there saying, listen, you need, you know, within 5 seconds of making a decision in your life, your brain will try and talk you out of it, because that's what it does. Okay. It wants to keep you safe. It wants to keep you in your comfort zone. It wants to, you know, keep you from harm, embarrassment, loss of money, I don't know, anything, pride. So it just goes, no, you know what? Don't do that, because you could get hurt if you do that and it goes wrong. And you need to just sort of like within that 5 seconds of making a decision, start to take action on it. Lisa's saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, literally, Mel started that 5 second rule off by when she was in a really bad place, not wanting to get out of bed in the morning. And then she just decided, you know what, I'm gonna give myself a 5 second countdown. We've probably all done this. Who's done this? Let me know if you're with me. I did this as a kid, loads. I'd give myself like a 30-second countdown to getting out of bed because I just didn't want to get up, particularly now it's getting colder here in the UK. It's getting so much colder in the morning. I'm gonna need to start putting my heating on a timer again. But you give yourself that countdown. You know, it feels awful, doesn't it? That first sort of 5 seconds of swinging your legs out of bed and standing up. But once you brush your teeth, it's all good. Life's very much the same. Creating your own project's very much the same. That 5 seconds of commitment of going, that I need this courage to say I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to write the title, and I'm going to start writing page 1. Like, it doesn't feel great. It feels like your comfort zone. But then once you page 1's out of the way, you're in it. It's a lot easier. And I've seen a lot of people, not just Rach, I've seen a lot of people turn their careers around by writing their own things and putting them out there. And I just feel that I need to do this as well. So I will be doing that. And I want you guys to hold me accountable because I'm fallible as well. And I might go, oh, life's got a bit busy. I've got to do this broadcast. I've got to do this, that, and the other. It's tough. Now, to help us, not just me, but to help all of us, if you're not a member of actonthis.tv, come and join, because tomorrow night I'm going to be holding a private mastermind session on Zoom. We do this every single week. It's normally with a top casting director, and I mean the best people in the industry, guys. One of the biggest casting directors, one of the biggest actors, one of the biggest agents, writers, producers in the industry comes and spends 2 hours with me and members of actonthis.tv every single week on a Tuesday or a Thursday, and we hold a closed-door mastermind session where we really get to the nitty-gritty of what is required as an actor to get in front of those casting directors, to work with those directors, we get all of the knowledge from the actors who are where we want to be. And sort of like, to reverse engineer and figure out how we can implement what they have done to have success in our own careers. How you can get your work in front of producers if you have your own project that you want commissioning, etc. And tomorrow night, we've got an incredible guest. So a few weeks ago, we had a great actor called Jimmy Akambola on. He plays, he's just an incredible actor. He's in loads of stuff, but he plays Valentine, Idris Elba's brother in Idris Elba's In the Long Run. And he also co-founded a company called Triforce Creative Network. They're the people who created Monologue Slam and Writers Slam, but they also have a production company. Okay, now Jimmy co-founded Triforce with another actor, award-winning actor, now a director and a producer and a writer as well, Fraser Ayres, who's an incredible, incredible guy who actually wrote 4 episodes of Idris Elba's In the Long Run. It's a bit of a theme there. And Jimmy and Fraser together have recently created a brand new comedy panel show for ITV. An ITV1 show starts on the 6th of October called Sorry I Didn't Know. So these guys have written, produced, and starred in their own work and some incredible work and have all the knowledge about what it is required, what's required of you to get your projects in front of the commissioners at ITV, whether it's at ITV, Sky, Amazon, Netflix, they've done all this sort of stuff. And we're going to be speaking to Fraser about basically how he's done it, but the reality of it as well, because ITV initially turned his show down, Sorry I Didn't Know, multiple times. They did a like a pilot version of Sorry I Didn't Know, I think back in 2016. So they've been trying to, pitch and sell this show for, a good number of years and faced a lot of brick walls, a lot of no's. It's too niche. It's not for us. We have a show like this, etc., etc. But now, 4 years later, he's done it. They've had it commissioned. It starts on TV on ITV1. It's not an ITV2 show or an ITV3 show or whatever. It's an ITV1 primetime show. So these guys are incredible. But Fraser's going to be joining us tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. till 9. Probably a bit longer, actually. We might be able to keep him till about, 9:15. And we're going to be talking about how he's done it, how he and Jimmy created the show, where the idea came from, how they got it in front of the right people, the battles they faced, the rejections they got, and then how they've turned that around and now it's been commissioned. So if you are in the market for creating your own work and you want to know how to put it in front of the people who can literally put it on TV, drum up interest, raise funds to get pilots shot, etc., etc., there's no better guy really than Jimmy to talk to. He was the guy who I spoke to when I was recording this trailer. We had a good chat together about my own career, and he was like, mate, you need to... I pitched him an idea that I've had for a long time. I don't know why I've not written it yet. And he's like, mate, you need to write that. So here's a little 2 minutes of me and Fraser. So you can just get to know him before tomorrow night. Here you go. Actors, I'm back in the hot seat with another invite for you guys to another live actonthis.tv mastermind session. This time, it's taking place on Tuesday, the 29th of September at 7:30 p.m. with this awesome guy here, fresh from writing on Idris Elba's In the Long Run, now exec producing a brand new upcoming ITV comedy panel show called Sorry I Didn't Know. It's the award-winning actor, writer, director, producer, Mr. Fraser Ayres. Fraser, welcome. What are we going to be covering on Tuesday?
Hey Ross, good to see you, man. I think we're going to be covering a lot. It's a bit of a changing world at the moment, so I'm going to be talking about how casting's changed, how our industry's changed, how to make sure you're getting seen and heard. Going to be talking a little bit about the show, where it came from, and also a little bit about diversity and inclusion. Are things changing for the better? We're in a very interesting time right now, so it's kind of like, okay, what are people putting their money where their mouth is?
Absolutely. And Triforce are. You guys definitely are. Actors, if you want to get involved with this, you want to come have a chat with me and Fraser, find out about everything that's going on with Triforce, the brand new show, Sorry I Didn't Know. You want to have a little one-to-one, jump on camera, get some, personal acting career advice, anything on auditions, casting, diversity, inclusion, anything at all. Get yourself over to actonthis.tv/live right now for how you can join this webinar and all upcoming webinars as well. And Fraser, every guest gets asked this question on these little trailers. Why don't actors want to miss this one?
Because basically I'm going to be giving you the hottest tips and the best insights, how to be seen and heard during these changing times.
Nice. It's going to be hot.
I'm probably going to swear once or twice.
It's perfectly allowed. It's after the watershed. Be there, guys. actonthis.tv/live. Boom, act on this. I don't know why I keep saying boom. I always do that, don't I, when I come back on? Boom. actonthis.tv/live if you want to grab your membership. You will literally, you won't get access to better career advice anywhere else. I assure you. I went to one of the best drama schools in the country. Back in the day, it only cost me 15 grand. It would cost me £50,000 a day. And I didn't get any education on the business of the business. I will give you a better than the biggest drama schools in the country education on the business of the acting industry that will actually get you results for 224 quid a year, not £50,000. Quit drama school, come and hang out with us. Can you imagine that? Like, that's a responsible thing to do. Quit drama school. It's bullshit. Come and hang out with us. No, I'm only kidding. Don't quit drama school. Drama school is very, very good for teaching you the craft, but I still think today they don't teach you the business. I've been to a lot of showcases in recent times as well for drama schools. They don't have a clue about the actual business of the business. They teach you how to act. That's brilliant. But a lot of you knew how to do that before you went in there because you wouldn't have got through the audition if you didn't. So, yeah. I don't know if it's worth £45,000, particularly at the moment when everything's, all the students are getting blamed for COVID. It's mental, that, isn't it? Students, you can go to university, go to drama school, bring everybody together from all around the country. Oh, now look what you've done. Stay indoors. You've spread COVID, you bastards. You should look what you've done. Now you've paid your £10,000 rent. Stay in your dorm. Don't go anywhere. It's well out of order. I do think we should not blame the students for spreading COVID, considering they were told just to go. I thought that was a bit harsh today. And all the classes have gone online. They could have just stayed online. I'm tutoring some awesome students from Staffordshire Uni on Thursday in voiceover. I'm doing it all on Zoom. Save your money, kids. Stay at home. So who's joining us? Basically went on a rant there. Who's joining us tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. with Fraser Ayres? I just think he's an incredible guy to connect with in the industry. And that's another thing. When you join these mastermind sessions, what an amazing reason to reach out to someone afterwards and to make a connection. People have signed with agents off the back of these webinars. They've had auditions. Gillian's here. You know, she just signed with the Voiceover Gallery today. Caroline, if you hear, Caroline Chesworth signed with Guy Howe. 3 days after the mastermind session we held with Guy. Guy's a top agent for WGM Atlantic. People are really making waves after these webinars because they're acting on it. They're acting on the advice within these broadcasts, and they're not allowing that inner voice inside them to go, no, that won't work for you. No, that'll work for everyone else, but you're not good enough. You're not talented enough. You're not this enough, that enough. You're not ready enough. You need to go and spend £800 on a new camera before you shoot a self-tape. Go and buy that £400 microphone before you shoot a self-tape. Why don't you buy those £200 lights before you shoot a self-tape? Just fucking shoot a self-tape. I loved seeing someone in our fast track group post some of their self-tapes yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Just as proof of concepts for certain roles that they could play on TV. And yes, they weren't shot brilliantly. They were shot on an iPhone. The autofocus kept coming in and out. But you could clearly see that this guy could act, that he was perfectly fitted for the role that he could play. And, you know, yes, the audio wasn't great because it's on an iPhone. But you know what? I could hear him. And I could hear him clearly. And that's all that kind of matters. And if you're not careful, what you'll do is you'll autopsy that video and you'll go, oh no, the autofocus isn't right. Oh, the sound's not perfect. Oh, the lighting's not perfect. It's just to get you an audition. It's not the finished thing, you know, and there's a proof of concept for him playing that part and showing that he was so capable of playing that particular role because it's actually the role that he does for a day job. I was like, mate, you look so at home in that role. If I was a casting director casting that kind of role, I would give you an audition like in the blink of an eye. So yeah, if you get involved with these and you take action on them, you will get results because loads of people have. Brenda says, I've gotten over the stage now when putting content out that I've stopped overthinking it and telling myself it's not good enough. I could do better. Now I do my best on the day, at the time, and send it out with love and expect nothing back. It's a fun way that way. Yeah, mate, I mean, well, that's it. There's nothing else you can do. I mean, that's just a perfect way of looking at it. You do your best with what you have on the day, you put it out, and you let it go. And it just, you know, it just works. And it does work. Everything I preach and I talk about just works. You know, those in the fast track group, I implemented everything that we're talking about in the fast track group. I can't say all that on a broadcast because these guys have paid to be in that group, so I can't sort of share that on these broadcasts. But I implemented exactly what we are talking about within that group right now. And I got a self-tape for a Sky comedy this week that Petch helped me shoot just a couple of days ago. It works. And I'll share, if I get that part, if I end up getting it, I will share exactly what I did and the emails I received. And then I'll even show you the self-tape that I shot if I'm allowed. I think I'll be allowed. And I'll just show you that everything that I'm telling people to do, I'm doing myself, and it works. So it's just, you don't need to reinvent anything. Just follow the advice that you're getting on these broadcasts, and you will win. I will miss tomorrow's. I'm in Manchester. We'll watch on replay. Julie, watch it on the replay. Diversity and inclusion, says Joanna. We're going to talk about that a lot tomorrow. Triforce Creative Network are all about diversity and inclusion, whether that's ethnicity, disabled artists, gender identity, people underrepresented from various due to finance, I guess. If you just don't have lots of money, and you're underrepresented in that sense. The guys are so good, like in terms of just thrusting underrepresented groups into the mainstream. That's kind of what they focus on a lot. It's almost sort of like minority themes for the mainstream without alienating the mainstream around that theme, because sometimes when you're doing that, it can feel like you're preaching and you're being really kind of holier than thou. Oh, you should care about this or you should care about that. They do it a lot of time with comedy. This comedy panel show, Sorry I Didn't Know, is so good. And a lot of it is based around Black history. And it's an education, but it's so funny. It's just so well done and well written. Jimmy Akambola presents it. His delivery is great. Fraser's written a lot of it in terms of a lot of the comedy. It's just superb. So we're going to be playing clips of that out tomorrow as well on the Mastermind. But yeah, if you're looking, if maybe the story that you've got is diverse and, inclusive, and you're like, I don't think this has got, a chance because it's too niche. It could be about a certain disability that's very rare and no one's ever heard of. And you might be like, I can't write about this because no one's going to care about it because it's not mainstream. Don't think like that. Don't think like that. It could be absolutely fascinating to the mainstream if it's done in the right way. And that's what Triforce, are really, really good at. Alex wants me to start saying kapow instead of boom. Alex, that's what I'm going to do in future. Kapow. Definitely. And Helen says, don't get me started on drama school prices. Helen, you're at drama school, aren't you? Oh my God, we've all been there. It's bloody dear though, isn't it? Helen, what are you paying? As I say, I went way back in the day because I'm proper old. So I only came out with around 15,000 in debt, which is still a lot of money, innit? It's a big chunk of change. It's not, it's not nothing. But now I'm pretty certain over the 3 years, it's more like £45,000, isn't it? For 3 years, which is just massive. Like, I don't even know where you start paying that off. Like, that's a lot, man. You need to land some big jobs. Jack says he's going to be there tomorrow. So does Wendy, Esther, Kate, Lauren's there. Lauren, you're always there. I love it. Lauren's in America. She's always there. We did a cocktails and conversation evening, UK time, for premium members on Friday night, because that's how we roll sometimes. We just go, let's crack out the cocktails, do some networking. That was probably like 2:00 afternoon, daytime for Lauren. She was like, yeah, I'll rock up and I'll have a cocktail as well. I love it. I love the commitment, Lauren. It's just amazing. Rocking up with a traditional, I can't remember what it was, but the cocktail you had sounded absolutely amazing as well. I think I'll be having one of those on Friday night myself. Still doing Act for TV in Manchester. Great classes, by the way, those people who are looking for acting classes in Manchester, Liverpool or Leeds. I think they're in all three cities. Act 4 TV, Act, the number 4 TV, run by Michael Jackson, the casting director. Incredible. I owe those classes a lot. They really started me off in TV. Literally, I think they were responsible pretty much for getting me going in TV, because I did 3 years at drama school and we just did theatre the whole 3 years. We did a token 1 week of TV that was pointless, with 2 lovely actors, but they couldn't give us all the training we needed to do TV when we graduated off 5 days, spread between 25 actors, 25 of us in the year. So I came out with no TV training at all, really, and I only wanted to work in TV. I do like theatre, but I just like TV more. And Yeah, Act for TV was the classes that I started going to. I was there at the first one that they ever set up, and superb, absolutely superb. Cannot rate them highly enough. I'm starting a new screen class in Watford, says Lorraine. Excited, so we'll watch Tuesday night on replay. Nice one. The replay, by the way, yeah, if you're here for the first time as well and you don't know how the masterminds work, tomorrow night's mastermind with Fraser will get recorded. It then gets put in the members area. I'll show you how that works. Go to actonthis.tv, click, oh no, not log in. Yeah, I'm going to have to log. Am I going to have to log in? I'm not going to be able to log in. Am I? Is this going to work? Let's have a look. Yeah, there you go. That's worked. I'm in the members area now, so you will see. Here's our latest 5 features. We did some cracking webinars recently. We had one last week with casting director Catherine Willis, one of the biggest comedy casting directors in TV. Not just comedy. I keep saying comedy. She does a lot of drama, but she just does some great comedies as well. There is Idris Elba in the middle there. She cast In the Long Run. There's a theme here, In the Long Run. A lot of In the Long Run stuff going on actonthis.tv at the moment. Guy Howe from WGM Atlantic the week before. Ray Hendry from Julie Harkin's office the week before that. We then had Lucy Allen from Daniel Edwards' office the week before that. We then had James Hooton on, Sam Dingle out of Emmerdale. He was amazing, but you'll find all the replays for all of the features we do in the members area. You can watch these on demand. Think of actonthis.tv as like Netflix for actors, and you also get the video and the audio. So a lot of people are like, you know what, I get emails from people saying, so you got the video here, you got the audio underneath. Get a lot of emails from actors, and they're like, oh, you know what, I'd love to sign up to actonthis.tv, sounds amazing, but I don't have time to join in all the webinars. And I'm like, you're getting this completely twisted in your head. You get the replays, and they're 90 minutes to 2 hours. If you can put in a pair of headphones in your ears whilst you are on the train, in the car, at the gym, walking the dog, I'm asking you to put some earphones in your head for 2 hours a week to change your life, to change your acting career and your life potentially forever if you act on this stuff and you get a break that gets you out of that job that you hate, so you don't have to listen to it on your break there, because you can leave and then do your acting thing full time. And so many actors deny themselves shit because they're like, oh no, I don't have time for that. So you've got time. I bet, and so many as well, because I check this out. I will follow people and look at what they're up to on Twitter when they're like, oh yeah, I don't have time for that. The amount of people still tweeting about Disney Plus, Spotify, Netflix, all this stuff. I'm like, man, no wonder you're losing in your career, because you're prioritizing all of the shit before yourself. You know, you're looking for instant gratification from 2 hours on Netflix when you could have just popped some earphones in your ear. Would have cost you £6 a week. And then you could be on Netflix. You could learn how to star in a Netflix show, not just watch it, being jealous of every actor within it. So, yeah, come get involved. These things will definitely change your life. £9,000 a year. Hell, it's not that bad actually. 9k a year for you at drama school. Still 27 grand though, innit? But don't worry, we will get you working as soon as you graduate. You're in the Act on This community. We will get you. We'll get you some jobs to pay that back. Definitely, you'll have it paid off, Helen, in 3 weeks when you leave. I'll be there tomorrow. Nice one, Reed. Got some questions about a fictional comedy project about the biggest band in the world. Well, Reed, come on. We've got to make it happen. You're talking about the Beatles, because I think you're basically in the Beatles, aren't you, Reed? I'm sure that's basically the sort of that's the vibe I get from you, definitely. I put the AirPods in and walk the baby to sleep, says Lindsay. And Lindsay, it's good, isn't it? I tell you, I am never without a pair of headphones when I'm out of this apartment. If I'm even going down to Costa for a brew for 15 minutes, I've got a podcast in. You know, not my own, that would be weird, but I'm listening to other things, you know, to improve myself, and not just in the acting industry, but on all kinds of levels, you know, podcasts about lots of different things. If I walk to my mum's, it's about 2 miles away. I love nothing more than walking with my headphones in. Like, if you're not taking in podcasts and audio, guys, when you're walking, because it's basically like no extra time. You might think you need time to get involved with this stuff. You don't at all, because it's like you're walking anyway. So it's like you're getting double bubble. You're walking and educating yourself. You know, you're not wasting any time or using up any time listening to these things. You're doing it at the same time as somewhere else, whether you're in the gym or in the car driving somewhere. Like, you're just missing out. You can grow so much as a human being when you're educating yourself everywhere you go. And sometimes, you know what, you might just want to listen to some music or something that's nothing to do with improving yourself, because music improves yourself anyway by just chilling you out. It's not all about going, you've got to cram everything in, but like, you'll get a lot out if you do put some hours in listening to stuff that's going to, you know, sort of help you grow and get that courage. Get that courage, that 5 seconds of courage we spoke about before. So like, I go through all the recorded webinars, says Linz. Nice one, Linz. Thanks, Ross, for that. It's going to be audio on the train there. Yeah, nice one, Lorraine. So yeah, you do get, as I say, you get all of the replays in both formats, audio and video. So it's completely up to you how you take those replays in. But it's just, it's just 90 minutes a week, 90 minutes, 2 hours a week, full stop. What webinar do you recommend to watch, listen to tomorrow? Oh, Jack, mate, flipping hell, there's so many. Which ones have you seen? You know what? I'll go through just a couple. We go over to the site. Because you know what? This might be handy for members who have been around a while, because there's 400 hours worth. As I say, it's like Netflix, on demand 24/7 on here. If I go back out to the preview section, so let's get out of the members area. We might be able to just go through the previews a bit faster. So, I wonder if we go right back in time to like the beginning. And then we go, shall we go like right back? This will be like a walk through memory lane now on features that I've done on this.tv. Like, what's the oldest feature there? I think it's going to be with Joe Simpson, is it? Or, yeah. God, there you go. That was one with Joe Simpson. An Act for TV tutor. I was popping in Act for TV. I was like, Joe, let me promote Act for TV for you. As I said, it really did wonders for me. Let's chat about that. There's some cracking. I mean, all these are cracking from the very beginning. You know what? One of my favourites is, it's relatively recent, is with Daniel Edwards. It was a 3-hour chat, Jack, in my apartment. Daniel came round. Daniel's one of the biggest casting directors in drama in the country. He casts things like Line of Duty. I mean, like, you don't get shows bigger than that. And he did a 3-hour chat with me. We called it Be Fucking Brilliant. I mean, that's literally it. Be Fucking Brilliant with Line of Duty co-casting director Daniel Edwards. It's a 3-hour chat, mate, and it wasn't done as a webinar. So this was back before COVID. Everything at the moment is done as webinars because it's all got to be online. But there will come a point where, I get to record things in person with people. So we literally sat in my kitchen with a brew, and we had a chat for 3 hours on the state of the industry. And I mean a brutally honest chat as well. What you need to do to get in front of Daniel, to be seen, the mindset you've got to have, all the things that trip actors up, show reels, headshots, mindset. I mean, God, everything. And we took some phone calls as well, because what I used to do is I would ring actors who are premium members of actsonthis.tv, and they would talk to the guests on the phone, and they talked to Daniel, and we would, a bit like a radio phone-in effectively. If you've not heard that one and you want to be inspired, Jack, that is absolutely superb. That's a really, really good one. If you want a recent sort of webinar for entertainment, who remembers the Rob Collier one? Rob James Collier was literally ridiculous. Finding your focus with Downton Abbey and Ackley Bridge actor Rob James Collier. Rob's filming Ackley Bridge literally at the moment. He phoned me yesterday. This is a really funny webinar. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Goes through all Rob's career, which was, an untrained actor from Manchester. No drama school at all. Ended up going on to star in Downton Abbey for 6 seasons. Obviously, made an incredible name for himself, made a financial killing, and catapulted his success on both sides of the pond, the UK and America. But because he was completely untrained, we go into that side of things as well, like, how he did it ultimately. And he also does something called Rob's Big Quiz, where he gets me to sing in the musical round. And I thought I'd beat him. I won't spoil it for you, but it goes a little bit wrong for me. But that's a really entertaining one, but also you're going to get just the real side of the acting industry, the hustle, how he made it without drama school, without going the traditional route, the auditions that he had, how he prepares for auditions, sort of like the whole process he goes through when he's in the room, the things that he says and does when he's in the room, creating rapport with casting directors, taking direction, all this kind of stuff. That's a cracker. But there's not a bad one, Jack. I mean, I only choose the best guests, mate. And I feel, let anyone else who's got a recommendation, put it in the chat now. But we literally, I mean, mate, honestly, if you take these in, I can't tell you the education you're going to get so quickly. You really will. What I also want to start doing as well, because there's so many actors in our community having such success at the moment, signing with agents, landing jobs. I want to start doing spotlight. I don't mean spotlight anything to do with spotlight, the acting thing. I want to put the spotlight on members, and I want to sort of record with them maybe 15, 20-minute Zoom calls, getting them to explain what it was they listened to on the site, how they implemented the information, and how they got the result that they got, just to inspire other members to go, right, I'm actually going to do that myself. Because honestly, mate, like, I learn from the amazing thing about me doing this is, like, I'm a student as much as you lot when I'm doing this. I just facilitate the guests and facilitate the chat. But I learn just as much as you guys from every single one of these mastermind sessions that we hold. And I go away and I quietly implement all that in my own career as well. So, like, you know, it works. I'm getting results. Like, it just works. It's not like, you know, I'm holding stuff back to myself and going, I'll give you all this, but I won't give you the secret sauce. You're getting everything that I'm getting, like, you know, because it's coming from the guests. Just, there's not a bad one, mate. Watch and listen to every single thing you possibly can on the website, and you will grow so much. But yeah, it does depend. A few people are saying it depends on what you need. So if you need an agent right now, obviously listen to all the ones with agents. If you're looking for more auditions right now, listen to all the ones with casting directors and directors. If you want to expand your knowledge overall in the industry, listen to the ones with like showreel producers, other TV producers. You know, writers, people like Danny Brocklehurst, who writes Brassic. He's a BAFTA-winning writer, wrote Shameless. You know, if you want to, you know, learn about writing stuff like you are doing right now, go and listen to that one. I mean, there's just, like, as I say, we've got BAFTA winners galore, Academy Award winners, RTS winners. I mean, just everybody, the creme de la creme, and every single week we get a new guest. So, you know, it's just a constant evolution and education for you in your career. Like, there's just nothing quite like it out there. It's completely made me be productive, and I got offered new rep last week, says Lindsay. Boom. Lindsay, if that was directly off something you heard or listened to, that's the same thing, heard or watched on the site, drop me an email, ross@actonthis.tv. Tell me what you did and how you then got signed, and I would love to, again, do a spotlight thing with you, maybe, where we just go, right, let's talk about it, how you did it, to inspire other people to do the same. Could do with some development stuff, writing to the right people. Listen to all of the casting director interviews, Jack, if that is in terms of reaching out to develop your own career. If you're looking at developing your own stuff, listen to the podcast with, write this down, mate, Jason Mazza. In terms of if you're talking about development as in like developing your own projects, Jason's a fantastic producer and co-founder of Unstoppable Film and TV with Noel Clark. They're producing some incredible stuff for TV right now. So Jason Mazza and Tom Sherry. Tom is the head of BBC Drama North. He's in charge of commissioning for BBC Drama in the North. Tom Sherry, he's on there as well. Listen to both of those. They're cracking. There's so much on there, definitely. Let's have a look. What time are we on? Bloody hell, we've only got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Let's see what else we've got. I'm going to skip a few comments. Sorry, guys, we're missing a few here. Let's have a look. Promoting yourself on social media was brilliant. Was that the one with Ollie Reynolds? If you're looking at sort of developing your brand on social media as an actor, and, you know, getting yourself out there, there's a great podcast on that with Ollie Reynolds. Mickey Jones. Mickey Jones, brilliant, isn't he? Mickey's so good. He's a director for a lot of the serial dramas, things like Hollyoaks, Coronation Street, Emmerdale, EastEnders, Holby, Casualty, things like that. Mickey is like a real advocate for getting actors their first TV job. He loves nothing more than discovering new talent. So I think there's 2 features on the site with Mickey. You should listen to Peter Hunt. I mean, what a legend. Caroline's saying Peter Hunt. Yeah, the podcast I did with Peter Hunt. Just love that guy to bits. What a legend. Like, just one of the purest hearts, and a guy who really gives a shit about this industry and the actors within it. He's the head of casting for Hollyoaks. Listen to that. Kate North. People are saying, Brendan's saying Kate North. Kate Northern. She's a great agent. I went to drama school with Kate. There's so many. Everyone's just putting all these forward. Catherine Willis was great. Faye Timby was class. There's just loads, isn't there? So yeah, just listen to them all, Jack. And anyone else who's listening who's not a member, go get a membership. Honest to God, like I don't know what I have to do. And also, I'll just say, and I'm going to do this as well. And I've mentioned it before, but I don't know if everybody is aware of it. When you become a member, you also can register as an affiliate of Acts on This. And what that means is you get a unique link that links back to you and your account. And when you give that out to other actors and they sign up through your link, you get a 25% commission in perpetuity, as in like forever, for as long as they're a member, every single month on their membership. So if they sign up for a membership right now, it's £24 a month. You would get £6 every single month for each person you sign up. So if you can bring 4 people to the party, and they get a membership, effectively you earn £24 a month back. So your membership costs you nothing. So I think what I'm going to do is a private training for all premium members of actsonthis.tv, where we teach you, me and Ollie, the marketing manager for Acts on This, teach you how to go about being a good affiliate, putting your links out there, spreading awareness, how you can engage with other actors without spamming them and becoming a nuisance, and ultimately promote the community so that you actually not only get your membership for free, but there is no amount of money that's like a cap on what you earn. You can earn as much as you want. If you wanted to go out there and get 100 actors on board from your acting class or your drama school, then I will pay you £600 a month for that. Like, it's legit every month. So yeah, you can, I try and make it not only as cheap as freaking possible, so that you're literally just, sacrificing a cup of coffee or 2 cups of coffee a week or whatever for your membership. But then I'm also making it as easy as possible for you to not just make that money back, but then get paid extra on top. So if you have not done that yet, if you go over to actsonthis.tv and in the members area again, if you click on members area, you'll see, if you scroll down to the red section here, share Acts on This and earn pounds every month. If you click into here, just go through these lessons. There's only 4 lessons. And it's just very, very quick. They're 5 minutes each. It'll show you how to get your affiliate link, how to track your affiliate sales, when you get your commission. I just need your PayPal email address to pay you. And there are people earning. I mean, people already are earning. I don't know. Some people are like really gone all in, are earning upwards of £70 a month. So they're not only getting their membership for free. They're getting another like £600 a year, which is their spotlight paid for free, their headshots paid for free, and maybe like a showreel scene paid for free. So people are crushing it. Like, there's some real money to be made there, and you're helping other actors have more success. I mean, what's better than that? Double trouble. So yeah, become an affiliate. I'll probably do. Let me know. Just type yes in the chat if you want an affiliate training. If you're a bit unsure about how to best put your stuff out there and promote the site. Because we will do that for you. We'll do another private training for you guys who are members, so that I want to help. Obviously, I want to grow the community. There's a selfish thing there as well, but you've got to be selfish to be selfless. If I can grow the community, I can give you guys money every single month. There ain't nothing more fairer than that. Giving you cold hard cash. So Wendy's saying yeah. So yeah, nice one. Let us know if you want that, and we'll sort that out. Right, well, it's 1 minute past 10. Gonna love you and leave you. Everybody's saying yes in the chat that they want the training. That's awesome. We'll definitely do that then. I'll tell Ollie about that tomorrow, and we'll sort that out maybe for next week. We might be maybe, I don't know, maybe we should make it part of the Saturday meetup that we've got this coming Saturday, because we do that as well. If you're a member of actsonthis.tv, you get access to a exclusive member-only meetup online at the moment. It would be in person if COVID wasn't here, but online on the first Saturday of every month, which will be next Saturday. We could maybe make it part of that if people want to do maybe an hour of affiliate training and then 30 minutes of networking. We could do that, and I'll record that then as well, so people who can't make it can at least watch the training back. So we can sort that out. Yes, on the affiliate training, says Sharon and Lindsay and Ricky. Caroline says yes as well. Yeah, we'll definitely sort that out. And Chris is having problems with his phone. Chris, see you later. I'm not going to say the magic words because that's for the end of the broadcast, but BFN. Take care, mate. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to play what's it? I'm going to play Fraser's trailer out one more time for those people who maybe have joined since. But this is happening tomorrow evening. That is Tuesday, the 29th of September. We're doing a closed-door mastermind session for all members of actonthis.tv. If you want to get your membership, get yourself over to actonthis.tv/live and get sign up, get a membership for this. But we're going to be spending 2 hours with Fraser. He's an award-winning actor, producer, writer, and director. And normally when people say they're all those things, they're bullshitting and it's all bollocks. Fraser's not. Fraser's really successful in all of these disciplines. He's just finished writing on Idris Elba's In the Long Run. He's just had a comedy show commissioned for ITV called Sorry I Didn't Know. Sorry I Didn't Know. We're going to be talking all about that tomorrow night, and how you, if you've got an idea, can get it out of your head into script format and onto screen. So, it's something that I'm massively interested in myself right now. You only live once. You got one shot at this. I'm very aware of that after the last week. So if you've got an idea in your head, don't take it to the grave. You know what they say? The graveyard is the richest place in the world. Full of all of those lost dreams and unrealized scripts and films and songs and God knows what else. So come and join us tomorrow night if you've got one of those in your head and you want to know how to get it out and get it commissioned so that it is actually on TV. Right, I'm all set up for playing Fraser's trailer out again. And I'll see you there, guys, 7:30 p.m. UK time. Everybody's saying the magic words. Excellent. That looks all good. And for those people who can't make it yet, it will be recorded. So until 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night, keep an eye on your email members for your Zoom join link. Until 7:30 p.m. Lots of love. I'll see you there. Bye for now. Actors, I'm back in the hot seat with another invite for you guys to another live actonthis.tv mastermind session. This time, it's taking place on Tuesday, the 29th of September at 7:30 p.m. with this awesome guy here, fresh from writing on Idris Elba's In the Long Run, now exec producing a brand new upcoming ITV comedy panel show called Sorry I Didn't Know. It's the award-winning actor, writer, director, producer, Mr. Fraser Ayres. Fraser, welcome. What are we going to be covering on Tuesday?
Hey Ross, good to see you, man. I think we're going to be covering a lot. It's a bit of a changing world at the moment, so I'm going to be talking about how casting's changed, how our industry's changed, how to make sure you're getting seen and heard. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the show, where it came from, and also a little bit about diversity and inclusion. Are things changing for the better? We're in a very interesting time right now, so it's kind of like, okay, what are people putting their money where their mouth is?
Absolutely. And Triforce are. You guys definitely are. Actors, if you want to get involved with this, you want to come have a chat with me and Fraser, find out about everything that's going on with Triforce, the brand new show, Sorry I Didn't Know. You want to have a little one-to-one, jump on camera, get some, personal acting career advice, anything on auditions, casting, diversity, inclusion, anything at all. Get yourself over to actonthis.tv/live right now for how you can join this webinar and all upcoming webinars as well. And Fraser, every guest gets asked this question on these little trailers. Why don't actors want to miss this one?
Because basically I'm going to be giving you the hottest tips and the best insights, how to be seen and heard during these changing times.
Nice. It's going to be hot.
I'm probably going to swear once or twice.
It's perfectly allowed. It's after the watershed. Be there, guys. actonthis.tv/live.